this Washington football team. Particularly today, we're going to focus in on the Washington offense. Bucky, let's start where we normally start. We know that this team, as far as how they've played and where they're ranked, their offense isn't great. They're 31st in total offense. They're 30th in points. So we know they're not great, but is this the worst offense that Dallas will have played or seen, I guess, to this point, including the Giants without Saquon Barkley?
I think the Giants and the Washington football team are very, very similar in terms of how they come to the game against the Cowboys. The Washington football team, they really don't have a lot of talent. Their number one playmaker would be Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is averaging 13 yards a catch. We have seen him get loose since he's been in the league. He can take it over the top. He's fantastic with the ball in his hands, but he is their one primary threat. They're breaking in a quarterback, Kyle Allen, who I will say this, he's unabashed, a teacher's pet in terms of he is Scott Turner's guy. Scott Turner found him as an undrafted free agent, and as we say, he's Scott Turner's pet cat. And so Scott Turner is invested in seeing Kyle Allen play at a high level because he believes Kyle Allen can be that kind of player. And so that's why he's been given the opportunity. He knows the system. He understands it front to back and those things. He has enough talent because at one point during his high school career, he was the number one ranked quarterback coming out, but he's never necessarily played to that reputation. That said, when he plays within himself and understands who he is as a player, he's certainly an effective starting quarterback. He gets into trouble when he plays like something that he's not, which is a high-end gunslinger, and that's when the turnovers happen. And so when he's been heated up and pressured, he turns the ball over. And so we've seen him have runs early on when he's with the Carolina Panthers where he reeled off a string of wins. But since that point and since the tape has circulated around the league, he has just been a middle-of-the-road quarterback at best.
Bucky, I'm running out of questions to ask at this point, given the situation. But I guess the best question that I can think of is, let's say the Cowboys offense continues with their turnover issues. The Washington offense, is this an offense that the Cowboys defense would be able to kind of keep up with if the Cowboys offense were to keep giving the ball over?
I mean, I think so, but I think this game is very, very similar to the Giants game. The Giants were limping in prior to the Cowboys, and they put up 30 points. And so I think this is a situation where if the offense gives the ball to the Washington football team in favorable situations, yes, they can score. To think that they can consistently drive the length of the field, they hadn't shown that. They hadn't shown that ability because they really don't have explosive playmakers outside of McLaurin and maybe Antonio Gibson. Those are the two guys. And so if the Cowboys just play sound, they don't have to really out-trick the Washington football team, but if they just play assignment football and do what they're expected to do, they should be able to contain this offense. But as we've seen through 6 games, the defense hasn't been able to do those things, and so every game has been a really, really tough game.